Hey guys, I just started playing PLO again, so I'm just gonna go through some hands. Play this is a live session. I don't like that, stop talk bullshit which everyone else likes. And so I'll just go through some hands and hopefully everything runs well. And I did a session earlier, but I forgot to turn the mic, so you missed out on some pretty crazy shit. Everyone was flipping on this one table, which was pretty funny. But yeah. Anyway, so here I had raised on the flop, and everyone had called, and so my hand's still the best hand here, like a lot of the time. I have no idea what's going on here. I think I raised, yeah. So here I bet, and this guy just min-raised me, and he only has like 30 cents behind, so I'm gonna get in here. I won't be a huge favorite though. Yeah, we're not a huge favorite, but yeah, we see maybe we can hold, and we hold, which is pretty cool. Here, obviously we turn the flush, and this guy check called the flop. So when he checks call this flop, he could have a flush draw, he could have two pair a lot. So we're going to c-bet fold here, I think. And obviously if he calls, he's going to check the river and hate life really. So now he shoves the river, which is absolutely insane. So we had to think about this really, on the flop he check called. On the turn he check called without really much, and we have too little behind, so we had to call here really, and we're ahead, so. Here is obviously quite decent, we can take a stab. Here is quite shit. Here is pretty anyway, so here we raise kings, and we got position. No, apparently there's kings here, which is absolutely terrible, because we had position. Here we can call, we got 3 connected cards and a suited high card. Here's easy check. Here you can play it, but I just play this hand on the button. Here's an easy call for set money, but this pot will go multi-way. Here we can raise, but it's not bad. Here's an easy fold. Easy fold. Here we have 2 pair and this guy bets a little bit. We can't really call because he probably would be value betting his overpairs here, or he could even have 5-3. So here we had, call for set mining, and we're going to check it here, and we will play this accordingly. So here there's a lot of betting, so we obviously have the best hand, so we're going to raise it. And even if we get in against like, the absolute nuts, which would be some, the boat, obviously, right? Then we wouldn't be that much of a dog. So here there's a bet and a call, so we just call here. And this guy here obviously has like ace-10. So we would raise and then everyone checks. So when everyone checks, I think that they have like 3x. Maybe they have 4-5. This is obviously an easy fold. Yeah. Here we obviously fold. Yeah, that's like the easiest fold out. So this guy here raised with his actually raised with a sucker straight. So you can put a note on him for later that he likes to play the sucker straight. So this guy here now leads out pretty small. So he obviously is value betting his flush. So we can actually raise this and probably put him off his hand. Like, it won't work all the time, but I think it'll work like, 60% of the time. Yeah. And if he calls, we can just make a note on him that he is obviously a fishy player and he likes, yeah. And then I'm just going to show him, just trips. And hopefully that introduces some tilt. That's one thing I do a lot, is show your hand sometimes, because you can induce tilt at PLO, and if you make someone tilt at PLO, it's just like, printing those hamburgers out really. So here we got a pretty okay hand, which makes people want to raise, but really, it's a fold. Here, on the button, we can just look along. Here we just check, that hand is shit. Here we obviously fold. Here we can fold. Here we got an open ender. Never call for an open ender if it's a flushing board. Anyway. Alright. Anyway, so here we obviously just check behind and hope for backdoor flush. Here we can limp along. Most pairs you should fold. I think you should only play like 10s and higher that we can set over set people. But most small pairs you need like really good hand. Like example would be like 5-5-6-7 or 5-5-4-3. But shit like 5-5 king 9, you should just throw that in the bin and then cut your wrist really. So obviously you fold. Here you can call, but it's still marginal. I would just call because it's 1 cent to call. You get out semi-okay. Okay, for some reason my mouse just turned itself off. Oh, there we go, we fold. Anyway, so here we are going to bet it out because we have position. Here we didn't get anything, no backdoor flush, that we just fold easily. Here we can fold. Here we can fold. See, this is the shit. Fish see the shit, and they're just like pot, but really, you should be folding. Here's quite an interesting spot. That's a fold. So we'd bet and we were called by these two fish. So when they call us, they could have spades in their range. So what we're going to do is do a half pot bet on a turn, and then we'll just go pot the river, and we should get folds from them a lot. Here's a fold, here's a fold. So the best call, and it's obviously, you know, what fish love doing. So now we just go, not obviously pot the river, but I think we're going to bet maybe close to pot, like 46 cents, and they should be folding the spades a lot. If they raise me, you know, nice hand, you know, fuck you. But, you know, most of the time they're going to be folding there, really. Okay, so here we had called, oh, these hands are great. See how the pairs offset to the flush draw? So if I do flop a set, it might be like a diamond, and then I'll have a set plus flush draw, which gives me like huge equity. These sort of hands are great. But obviously we didn't hit anything. Here's a fold. Oh, actually here you can call also, because you know, you get the offset pair to the flush. Here's obviously an easy fold. Here, blind versus blind, we can raise. So the turn is obviously pretty trashy, you know. We got 7 blocking, which is interesting, but you shouldn't really try and bluff in this spot because there's 5 more players to act, and this guy here could be, you know, trapping or something. So this guy calls, and so we're just a bit half pot and fold. Here is obviously isolate. Now here we flop a set, which is pretty good, but this could also be a straight on the board. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna juice the pot, just like that, and just see what happens. Like, they can't raise us off the pot either, but we can just juice it a little bit and then see how that plays out. So obviously we got a fold there, which was like insane. Now we have 40% equity against the straight here, which is pretty good. I'm just going to donks into us, we're just going to call. So we're just going to bet out like 30 cents. You know, we can't really fold because we got 40% plus. So the river doesn't really do much. So when he calls the flop and calls like that, I'm quite sure he has like 2 pair. He might even have a set. So we're just going to value bet very thin like this, and we're going to get called here quite a lot. Yeah. Like if we bet any bigger, I think that he might have folded, but I'm quite sure. So we could check call the flop, and now he leads again. When he leads again, he doesn't really necessarily have Jack 10 because we have a 10 blocking. So we can call here again on the turn and evaluate the river. So the river gives us the 4, which is like really great. So I think we can just call most of the rivers, depending on his bet sizing. Say he bets again really small, and I don't see raising for value. Like if we raise, he's just going to fold anyway. So we can call here and get a good price. So we're going to call, and yeah, we destroy him. And let's have a look here. Here if we would play the hand, we would have had a pretty decent hand. But obviously, you know, these 2 hands are obviously stacking off. Here's an easy fold. Normally if you have like an overpair and a flush draw, you should just probably get it in. Like, you have anywhere between 30 to 60% equity, and if you're playing against like a retarded fish, it's a pretty good spot to get it in with. Here's obviously a fold. And yes, my Windows is not genuine. But you know, I don't know why. Like before I was working and everything, I used to have these really cool backgrounds and shit. And then like one day it asked me for like the code, and I put in the code, and then it was like, sorry, code has already been activated or some shit. And I was like, what? I just reformatted, motherfucker. And then there you go. So this hand's obviously easy fold. There's no really interesting hands coming up. I think everyone's just being a bit tight, or I might be lagging. Okay, so here's a pretty interesting hand. So this guy opens pot, and I'll play with this guy a little bit. He's a bit aggro, so we can 3-bet here quite wide. Here's obviously a call, you know, multi-way pot gonna happen. 2 flushes. We're just playing for flush value only here. This is a fold. So we 3-bet him. This is an easy call. So we 3-bet and we flop pretty much really hard. So when we 3-bet here and we flop this hard, we got 2 things. We can bet small, which is what we're going to do, and induce a shove, or we can, for some reason I think I just called here. Anyway, so yeah, so hopefully we induce a shove from this guy, which doesn't really happen. So this guy had called. So now you're guessing, does he really have Queen 10 in his range? I think it's very unlikely he has Queen 10 in his range now that he called. But so we're just going to shut the river, and here, okay. Yeah, okay, fair enough. You know, well, shit happens really. But yeah, I think we played that fine. So here we have a pretty good spot, and this guy had obviously raised, and still got these two players behind us. So we could shove here and then fold them out, and be free rolling the aces, which is probably the right play. But obviously, if one of them has nuts, then we're going to get screwed here. But I think that when they checked it in a multi-way pot, they don't really have the nuts that often. Anyway, so yeah, so we had shoved and we got it in pretty good. Yeah, he had aces. No, he had kings, and so yeah, we got in pretty good there. So here we can call. Here's obviously easy. I don't know what I was doing on that flop there. So yeah, like sometimes this shit here happens, Like we flop two pair, like he wasn't going to fold anyway, and then here's actually an interesting spot where you can 3-bet, but we went 3-bet, we just call. So here we flop two pair, and if we had 3-bet we would be able to get a lot of money on this, but we're going to check raise here I think. Here we can call, because we got 3 connected cards in the suit. Like he wasn't really going to fold on turn once we had already invested that much. Here we go 3-bet. I don't really like to 3-bet in this spot, but we're going to do it anyway. So now here's obviously the check raise. Here we're going to pot it. Here we're going to pot it. Here we're just going to check. And obviously we are loving life. We're going to get it in good here. And we obviously get it in good. Yep, awesome. Okay, so here we're going to fold. Here we're going to fold. Here we're going to obviously shove. If we run 2 jacks, it happens, Here we go limp with our shit. Here, it's a 4-way pot. The board is pretty connected, so we're just going to bet about half. So here we go pot. We can't really fold on that. Here we're going to set mine. Here we're going to fold. Here we're going to fold. So we're running out of time, and so I'm just going to close tables now, and we'll just hope for the best, really. So let's see what happens on those big tables. Okay, so that one we just close. Here we're going to close. Here we're just going to close. It doesn't matter, we'll lose 5 cents, but no one's really cares. So here we fold a flush. We're just going to bet once and then give up. Like, you shouldn't really do the bear ace bluff or bear king bluff in this case, because people are retarded. Here we're just going to fold. So we got called, and this guy only has 55% behind. I'm quite sure he's going to shove for now, because this is like a queen high flush. He's going to shove. And he checks it. So when he checks it, I don't really want to go for the second barrel, because once we do the second barrel, we're all in really, and his range is really quite heavy towards the set, and he might just feel compelled to call. So I think I'm just going to check behind and give up. It's probably the best play. And I can assure you that he has a set here. Like he probably has 5s. Obviously it's easy to say 5s because it ripples to 9, but I'm quite sure he has 5s, or maybe he has ace-9. But we'll have a look. So he had absolute bullshit. So he probably would have folded, but oh well, that's life. Anyway, it was a good session. I'll see you guys later. Good luck.